Hello everyone, how are you today? In previous video we explaining the lesson, subtraction of fractions. In this video we are going to explain equivalence, simplifying and comparison of fraction. I will start by explaining the lesson quickly to save time. In this lesson I will give you three important ideas. Equivalent fraction. To know the equivalent fractions to a given fraction, it is enough to multiply or divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Simplifying a fraction. In this idea it is important to review lesson of characteristics of divisibility, because to simplify fraction you must divide numerator and denominator by common divisor. Comparing fraction. Fraction which have same denominator, compare numerator normally, and which have different denominator but same numerator, compare denominator but biggest becomes smallest. While if you have different numerator and different denominator, easily make same denominator and compare them. Let's explain this three ideas well and take example, so let's get started. Equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions are the fractions that have different numerators and denominators, but are equal to the same value. As I said before, to find equivalent fraction we must multiply or divide the fraction by any number. Example, 1 over 2, let's multiply by 2. Fraction become 2 over 4. Multiply it by 3. Fraction become 6 over 12. Divide it by 2. Fraction become 3 over 6. All these fractions are equivalent. 1 over 2 equal 2 over 4 equals 6 over 12 equal 3 over 6. From here you will note that you can find a lot of equivalent fractions only by multiply or divide fraction by any number do you want. Simplifying a fraction. As I say before, don't forget to review characteristics of divisibility. If I want to simplify 24 over 18, you divide numerator and denominator by 2. Of course you ask yourself why. Easily because both 24 and 18 divisible by 2, since you can find 4 and 8 in multiplication table of 2. 24 divided by 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9, since 9 times 2 is 18, so the fraction become 12 over 9. Now ask yourself if you can find common divisor of 12 and 9. Excellent. 3 because 2 plus 1 is 3, so 12 divisible by 3, since 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9, so 9 divisible by 3 also. The fraction become 4 over 3, since 3 times 4 is 12. There are no common divisors between 3 and 4, so stop here. And the simplifying of 24 over 18 is 4 over 3. Comparing fraction. Common denominator. When have common denominator but different numerator, compare numerator normally. Example, 7 over 5 and 9 over 5. 7 less than 9, so 7 over 5 less than 9 over 5. Same numerator but different denominator. Compare denominator but biggest becomes smallest. Example, 11 over 20 and 11 over 18. 20 greater than 18, so 11 over 20 less than 11 over 18. Another example, 1 over 3 and 1 over 4. Think about the answer. Good, most of the answers are correct. 1 over 3 greater than 1 over 4, since 3 less than 4. Different numerator and different denominator. Easily make same denominator. Example, 1 over 4 and 2 over 3. You can't change 4 to 3 and 3 to 4. So multiply 4 by 3 and 3 by 4 without forget to multiply numerator. 3 over 12 and 8 over 12. Very good, 3 over 12 less than 8 over 12, because 3 less than 8. Another example, 5 over 6 and 10 over 12. Make same denominator. The fractions become the same, so it is equal. If you are still having difficulty after this detailed explanation of equivalence, simplifying and comparison of fraction, follow with us to solve some question. But before we begin to solve the question, this is the most important words that were mentioned in the explanation along with their translation into Arabic, because our goal is to convey knowledge to the entire world. Exercise 1. Complete then deduce. A. First you have to compare. In this part you have the denominator, so you must compare the denominator. 20 is greater than 4. You notice that the denominator become larger, so of course we need to multiply the fraction, not divide it. Think about the number that you must multiply fraction by it. True 5 since 4 times 5 is 20. 3 times 5 is 15, so put here 15. You deduce that 3 over 4 and 15 over 20 are equivalent. B. In this part you have the numerator, so you must compare the numerator. 5 is less than 15. You notice that the numerator becomes smaller, so of course we need to divide the fraction. Think about the number that you must divide fraction by it. True 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5 because 3 times 5 is 15. 27 divided by 3 is 9 since 9 times 3 is 27, so put here 9. You deduce that 15 over 27 and 5 over 9 are equivalent. C. First in this part you have the denominator, so you must compare the denominator. 12 is greater than 4. You notice that the denominator becomes smaller, so of course we need to divide the fraction. Think about the number that you must divide fraction by it. True 3 since 3 times 4 is 12. 18 divided by 3 is 6 since 3 times 6 is 18, so put here 15. Now you have numerator, so you must compare the numerator. 3 is less than 6. You notice that the numerator becomes smaller, so of course we need to divide the fraction. Think about the number that you must divide fraction by it. True 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3 because 3 times 2 is 6. 4 divided by 2 is 2 since 2 times 2 is 4. So put here 2. Now you have denominator. 6 is greater than 2. You notice that the denominator become larger, so of course we need to multiply the fraction. Think about the number that you must multiply fraction by it. True 3 since 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9, so put here 9. You deduce that 18 over 12, 6 over 4, 3 over 2 and 9 over 6 are equivalent. Exercise 2. Simplify 240 over 1000. Both 240 and 1000 divisible by 10 since end with 0, so divide fraction by 10. Fraction become 24 over 100. Both 24 and 100 divisible by 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6 since 4 times 6 is 24. 100 divided by 4 is 25. There are no common divisor between 6 and 25, so the simplifying of 240 over 1000 is 6 over 25. Exercise 3. Compare 10 over 2 and 10 over 3. Same numerator, so compare denominator and biggest becomes smallest to less than 3, so 10 over 2 greater than 10 over 3. 2 over 6 and 15 over 6. Same denominator, so compare numerator normally to less than 15, so 15 over 6 greater than 2 over 6. 2 over 4 and 4 over 2. There are no common, so excellent. Multiply 4 over 2 by 2. The fraction become 8 over 4. 8 greater than 2, so 8 over 4 greater than 2 over 4. So 2 over 4 less than 4 over 2. I am very happy that you have reached the end of solving the questions. This is summary of this lesson. You should know that reviewing the video is very useful, and practicing solving the questions is very important to memorize the form and logic of the information. Good luck, friends. In the next video we will explain new chapter, geometry.